Abby wrote an actual flute part for me in a folk band. I just make up parts and then I see, hey guys, what do you think? And even if they don't like them, like, okay, I'm probably gonna play it anyways. But Abby, she wrote me an actual sheet music part, which happens very rarely in a folk band. But the best part is for the instrument, it says fluty flute. And then under how I should play it, after the tempo, it says like a woman scorned, but it's fine. So it's a very entertaining part. I'm sure you'll love it. It's going to be the intro here that she wrote.
Thank you. So this tune is near and dear to my heart because it's probably this tune that I've written that's closest to my personality in general. Which is, recalling tales of women scorned and the like. But it started off in the context of hiking, which, how do these connect? Has anyone ever at least heard of the needle? Yes, okay, someone said yes with a lot of vindication there. Yeah, so it's one of the highest, if not the highest point in the Oregon. Okay, it's the highest point in the Oregon Mountains. And back when I was, in my mid-20s and my prefrontal cortex hadn't quite developed yet, we were like, we're gonna climb that. And so we did. And super long story short, sign waivers, train your folks, train yourself, don't leave people behind maybe. And this is a recounting of all of the internal monologue and dialogue that went on in my head as we were waiting in the dark for search and rescue to find us. 1, 2. Summer day we'd climb our way up, then slip into surprisingly warm arms of death. Sun on the mountains, burning like shots taken hours before by a stranger, of course from the East Coast. We'll call him Cinco de Mayo. Little did I know that at the top he'd boast, high and hungover 9,000 feet, that he had never been hiking before. As it turns out, going up's just a quarter of the risk, as chances of coming down take more than tossing back cold fifths of courage to gather desert heat. And his knees have been popping since 2003. How the hell did he get here, and why was he alone? Would it make us all sociopaths just to go up ahead? Well, we caved to the pressure just in case. And so Gary from grad school turned pack mule that day, for suddenly Cinco de Drinko had enough of enchanting nature who'd cut us all off from water and daylight, so patience turned to push. Then Gary's friend Toby dry heaved in a bush. This guy I'll call Ronnie was studying cars or something. The point is he tried really hard to get laid by a girl on the trail. Not my business, but then his thirsty ass took all the rest of the water and rations we hid in a tree. So here I share the lessons from 8,000 feet. As it turns out, using chapstick can trick you in a pinch into thinking hydration means silky soft lips. Your reception gets better the higher you can climb. To photo tag Ronnie who left you to die, unlike Micah and Kaylee who jumped into the fray to help Cinco now crab walking down the whole way. for his legs gave out under and daylight drew to close. And in the cold dark, Toby joked about ghosts, having met one sweet Judy's expression turned grave. So I gave her my pants, and then we spooned, 'cause we're brave. Sweating is actually a great thing, be worried if you stop. Though the difference between that and tears are hard not to confuse, most especially when for the umpteenth time you've converted religions to bargain your life. Water and fruit will do if there's little drop to spare, as we learn seeing Toby, who finished a pear. Understandably quickly, but where'd he get that pear? I thought we were friends. Gary called search and rescue, who said to stay put. As it turns out, EMTs can't step foot past the trailhead if coming from an ambulance unless there were already volunteers, but I digress. You can lower your body heat if you just pee. You can also warm up your legs if you just pee. Meditate to find peace with drinking your own pee. We may or may not or may have eaten Toby. With my last 2%, I learned it's not a crime to poop in the same toilet at the same time as your lover or a stranger, which Google proved to me gets Googled and happens way more than you think. Delirious in darkness, we cackled off our doubts, knowing someday we'd look back and laugh about. One summer midnight, we crawled halfway down, then fell deeply in love with a ranger named Jeff. Blue Gatorade in 10,000 cargo pant pockets, granola with chocolate chips, then we all went home. We didn't really eat Toby legally. I don't know what that means either, but those who climb with you through hell are the people to tell whether dawn turns to dusk or turns sunburst to stardust, or trailing ahead or behind. Things might turn out just fine.
All in favor of giving Abby more near-death experiences?